I want to give you guys a quick look at the brushes. This is the top brush for the lathe. This is what it looks like. Here's the bottom brush. A number of people stated that the brushes, if they're getting worn, could be the problem. And here's the issue. I don't know what these should look like. I've never seen a brand new set. Those of you who are more familiar with motors than I am could probably look at those and say, oh wait, you know, they're a ½ inch too short or whatever. You know, I don't know that. But as you look at these, let me get a ruler and I'll tell you just how long those are. The first one looks to be about 5/8 in length, maybe just a little shy. That's the top brush. And the bottom brush appears to be as well, just a little shy of 5/8 of an inch. I don't know what the brand new length of those would be. Here's a peek at the motor. It is a 3/4 horse motor, 120 volts, 60 cycles, at 1700 RPMs. No amp listing. It's phase 1, Class E. It is not plugged in, and it is a full magnetic motor. Somebody mentioned something about, you know, is it magnetic when it's not running, and it definitely is. Get around to the back side. I don't think there's anything back there. Well, there is one little thing. What does that say? There we go. Probably some type of a motor identification number. After testing the brushes, I went ahead and I hooked the control box back up to the lathe. Someone suggested leaving it on top and seeing what happens. Now, when I turn it on, the lathe is not coming on. Let me flash over it. Let me flip that off. Okay, now watch this. It's reading 0 RPMs, which it should be. Nothing's happening. As I give it a little bit of, well, a lot of potentiometer, nothing is happening. So something inside of the control box may have bit the dust. I was very careful as I reinstalled everything. Really, I had only unplugged 2 wires, and they were on the fuse, the resettable fuse on the switch on the front of the box. And then I had removed the wires from the bottom of the case, the metal bottom of the case, which is the ground wires. But they were reattached. I made sure they were attached back tightly, plugged everything up, and this is what I'm getting. So I don't think I'm getting any juice to the motor whatsoever. I need to figure out if I can find a way to test the motor and see if I'm getting any power whatsoever to it. This little wire here goes to the top of the lathe where the speed controller is, and of course nothing's happening because the motor's not moving. This is the power cord that goes to the motor. I don't believe I'm getting any output on this cord. What I'm going to do is disconnect this cord, and I'm going to use a meter on the back of this box to see if any power whatsoever is coming out of this box going to the motor. Got my meter hooked up. Let me lift it up here where you can keep an eye on it. I'm going to power on. Actually, what I've done is on the back of this, here's what the plug looks like. The center one is where I have the common plugged in, and then I have the red lead plugged in on this left one over here, so the one closest to us on the back of the box. When I hit the power, this is what's coming through the box. I have the potentiometer set all the way to the lowest possible setting. I'll let that climb until it stops. Looks like about 9.8, 9.9. Okay, let me start giving the potentiometer a little something here. Potentiometer is about halfway up. Climbed a little bit. Potentiometer's wide open. I'm looking at a 10. You can see where I've got myself set at 200 AC volts. So I don't believe I'm getting enough output, power output, to turn this motor over. What do you guys think? Tell me. You've been a great help up to this point, and obviously you guys are going to know more about this than I am. But I'll go ahead and crank the potentiometer all the way back down, and let's see if the voltage drops. There we go. It's starting to drop. It's holding right about 10. I guess the brushes could still be a problem. There were a number of people who have had trouble with this lathe in the past, surging, and they talked with tech support at PSI, and they sent them new brushes for their lathe, and everything was fine. I don't know how long those brushes are supposed to be. You guys got a good look at them. You know how long they are. Let me know if you think they're still a problem. But the fact that I am not getting any output out of the power jack to the motor makes me a little nervous that there's just not enough juice there to charge that motor and get it spinning. Let me know what you guys think. I appreciate your help up to now. I think we may be getting to a point where if I'm not putting power out, it has to be maybe the capacitor. I'm sorry, the transformer. I don't know. That's why I'm asking. I think what's going to end up happening, quite honestly, is Monday I'm going to call Penn State, and if they still have one available, I think I'm just going to order a replacement board because I think it's getting to the point where this might be a little beyond my capability. But still, I wanted to keep you guys updated, and I want to hear what you have to say because it's been enjoyable reading the comments and learning as much as I've been able to learn about this setup. So, look forward to hearing from you, and let me know if there's anything else you could think of that I should possibly do or check.